स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय Ramakrishnaय te namaha. We were considering people entering into ecstatic state out of divine love by thinking of God, forgetting their own body and the world around, and diving within. One thing we have to see is we have as humans, we have the inquisitive nature to understand everything. To understand the world is good. As the nature goes on giving us the experiences, every bit of experiences that we experience in our life, be it sukha or dukkha, mana, apamana, whatever comes in our life, it has a definite purpose. Nature is training. We should not resist. We should take that lesson and transform our life. At the same time, we have to do our duties to protect ourselves from evil-minded people. I may show an angry face if somebody insults me, but inside, never to be disturbed, nor forgetting to see the divine there, and offering that whole episode at the feet of God. So, this inquisitiveness when it comes to our own personal life and experiences of life, we don't find much difficulty except to learn lessons from whatever we get. But when we are interacting with people individually, the moment we see a person, his talk, his walk, his movements, immediately we judge. This judgment and keeping the person's knowledge in our mind, the moment each time I see that person, this is the person. Whole his biodata is there in my mind. This is most dangerous part, that I have to see first divine in the being. It is replaced. Each time I think of a person and judge him or her independent of divine. Each time I see, judge and imbibe, hold it in my mind. That person is like this. Hold in my mind. It is displacing God from my heart. Because I have to see, I am kept here to see the divine in that person. But I am seeing something else. So, when we joined our monastic life, the first lesson they taught us is, don't judge anybody. Whomever you are judged as inferior to you or wrong will realize God before you. You will be behind. Each time you think is because you are failing to see the divine, you are moving away from the reality. You are moving away from God. You are displacing God. God has occupied your heart. Each time you say, that person is like this. that means you have displaced God to that extent. Till again, the awareness of that person, so and so, is dissolved in the divine awareness. We have to wait for the vision of God, for grace of God, anugraha. We don't get the anugraha if we judge anybody. That's why the sayings always is there, judge not lest you be judged. You may be judging someone, God is judging you, nature is judging you. You are supposed to see divine. How did you see this? So this is one thing that we have to remember. Never judge anybody. Just to see. If you want, learn something in life, learn, otherwise leave. Struggle, strive to see. And the second thing we are taught is wherever you see good and great. It is called Vibhuti, Lord's Vibhuti. Vibhuti Yoga is there, Bhagavad Gita. Wherever you see good and great, imbibe immediately. Whenever you see a defect anywhere, check your heart. Check your heart. How could you see? A child doesn't see, a realized soul doesn't see. How do you see? This one question you ask. This is the second thing. Third thing is when we don't discuss anything about any person or say anything about any person, don't talk about the third person or keep in your mind. When you are speaking, see that other person's matter doesn't come, nor be inquisitive to know something about that person. You must maintain your spiritual dignity in such a way that they do not talk to you anything other than divine, spiritual life, spiritual things. That kind of dignity you have to maintain, that people, normal people here coming, going, will not talk to you anything other than God. Ask you anything other than God. Spiritual life. The moment they must see you, they must confide in you. Oh, I can tell my woes to them. I can tell my grief to them. I can share my problems. That confiding. They will confide in you and start. You must maintain that spiritual dignity and spiritual awareness, not to judge anybody, not to see anything. And wherever there is a need, rush to help. Anybody, unasked. If you understand that some person is there who needs you, go and help. And don't discuss or bring to your mind anything other than spiritual matter. A person comes, try to see divine him. He is making or she is making mistakes. Still see the divine will. What God might be teaching that person. Why God and nature has kept that person in that state. A person is getting angry. A person is getting affected by external things. A person is running after enjoyment. You bring divine into, leaving divine, never understand even anything other than spiritual. Then you will see that you are pervaded by divinity. Your body is divine, your mind is divine, and God has to be there. Mind. You are seeing, you are perceiving divine everywhere. Senses, everything is divinized. The main purpose of puja. In puja we do the bhuta shuddhi, destruction of the papa purusha in us. So the main purpose of worship, formal worship, is to divinize ourselves. One of the important steps in worship is self-divinization. So this When you come to that, these people did not get easily, so easily. If they had judged one person and put the label, they would not have entered into this Bhava Samadhi. And if you maintain that purity, if you maintain that spiritual awareness, if you give the whole part to God, not displacing anybody else in your awareness and understanding, in your understanding, no person must be there of this world other than divine. You can keep any person, your grandson, your grandmother, anybody, or relatives or friends or people who come and go, or the Prime Minister of India or anything, political people, not independent of God, not independent of divinity. If you keep, there is no harm. With every sight, divine awareness should come in you. Think of a person. I lived with 80 brahmacharis in my training center. Each is a specimen, but not independent of God. Even today I remember any brahmachari or any person who has come in my life, first thing to my awareness comes is his divine nature, second is Ishtadevata, third is his Guru. A person, came and went, some person, just now, more evening, so many people came. I am trying to see how they are related to God, what is their inner link between them and God. Because they may be whole 99% worldly in the world. That's all external cover. Inside, little deeper if you go, all are same. A saint and sinner has no difference except the outer dirty body and dirty mind, and the other person has washed, that's all, his clothes. It doesn't matter. But where is your vision? You want to see the body and external things and live with this world, in this world, or you want to see the divine and go towards God? You have to decide. So these people could enter at that small age because they did not label anybody. They did not label anything in this world. This is good, this is gold, this is mud. No. This is good person, that is bad person. No. Just like child looking at this world, they looked at it and started straight away loving God. It is then we have to cultivate this forcefully, like taking a vow. I will not see any kind of defect in anybody. Why should I go away from God? Why should I keep somebody else in place of God in the heart, in my mind, in my memory? Memory is full. And with all people other than God, independent of God. Each person I have met, each person I have seen is there in the memory, independent of God. What will happen? Where is the place of God? I may sing songs, I may do bhajan, I may sit for meditation, I may do japa, but everything becomes superfluous, above only. Everything is covered with God, but a little open and see all in the mind. You cannot see anybody's mind. That has to be replaced. The inner content. Externally, if there is world, and internally the divine field, you will have this. Immediately this state of losing yourself, forgetting yourself. Because whole thing is divine, outside also is divine. Where will they go? They are caught by the divine now. So this is an important thing. The early, see, I was a volunteer for so many years, 4-5 years. Then, till then, nobody told anything to me regarding these things. How to be devotee, how devotion. They will talk about Thakur, Mother Swamiji. The day I joined, everybody started giving these special instruction, not to see the defect, not to label anybody. All these things were the day I joined. You come inside, take care, take care. First thing when I bowed down to Purushottamanaji, I had a very strong body, military body. I used to do both gymnastics and gymnasium, martial art also. So Purushottamanaji was very proud. He is little taller than me. I am short person. But the way in which he came forward, facing, I had changed my dress and went to bow down. Then he hit on my chest. Yes, you have come. And he went on patting on my chest and said, now the fire is burning. You have left the world and come. Slowly this fire will quench and you will become a normal person again. See that this fire will not quench, and that fire, with that fire, you must die in this world of total renunciation for God. Take up the torch of the Lord and walk forth. How he told. From there, the lessons begin. And whatever, many here don't follow, many follow and attain. The humility and surrender to the divine guides your inner awareness to totally accept unconditionally whatever is told. They are telling out of their long-lasting experiences, everything they have suffered. They have gone through the lowest ebb in the life and the highest wave. Both they have seen, and they warn us, be like this, be like this, be like this. And those who cared for, they all attained very high states. And modern people who are coming from the modern world of computer and mobile, they find it extremely difficult to overcome their ego and to accept things as they are. They use their brain. If we tell anything, first they will go and they will just look, and then they will go and first open the internet, Google, and search whether the Swamiji has told is correct or not. That is the modern trend. In spite of that, there are so many people who can keep the light of realization burning. But it takes longer time because of the loss of faith in the reality and faith in the artificial. Artificial always glitters more than the original. Genuineness he is lost there. Yatishrananji tells about a story. One exhibition was there. In that exhibition, many stalls will be there, and in one stall, they used to make various sounds. And one stall is meant only to make, a person will make the sound of a pig sound. And people are standing in queue to see that how he is taking out the pig's sound. It will do. That sound he is taking out exactly like that. People appreciate and come. Another was keeping a real pig. He will just prick it, it will make sound. Nobody goes there. Real, it's real. They don't want real one, they want artificial. So Yatishrananji tells in Meditation and Spiritual Life about this story. All people are like that. So internet and mobile culture has brought down their divine awareness, not only divine awareness, but faith in a thing. Not blind faith. Faith has got to be blind, but faith supported by reasoning, and reasoning according to scriptures, not tarka, argument. Argumental and vichara and tarka are different. Through vichara, through knowing the pros and cons, you will come to the decision. Some things you go by, if you go on arguing, there is no end. You will start losing more and more. So through vichara, you will gain that. So these people were, at least now, see that in your life, you don't entertain any information to register in your mind and heart. Try to effortfully see divine in every person. Time is left over is very short. We have to leave this body and go. That person is going to disappear from your life after some time. And where we are going after leaving this body, we do not know. A few years left for us in this world. Let us make best use of this precious life, human life, and reach. Otherwise, we will be in great darkness. Why do I need somebody's ದೊರೆಯವನು ದೊರೆಯದು ಹಾಸಲುಂಟು ಹೊದೆಯಲುಂಟು ಏನದು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಎಮ್ಮಯ್ಯ ಚಿಂತೆ ಎಮೆಗೆ ಸಾಲದೆ ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗಮ ಒಲೆಯವನೋ ಒಲೆಯದವನೋ ಒಲೆಯನೋ ಆ ಚಿಂತೆ ಹಾಸಲುಂಟು ಹೊದೆಯಲುಂಟು. Whether I am going to attain God or not, that chinta is there. Why should I entertain somebody's unwanted information, fill my mind with? He is not going to be there. Another place, Purandradasa says, ಅವನ ಬಯ್ಯುವೆ ಏಕೆ ಅವನ್ಯಾರೋ ನೀನು ಯಾರೋ ಅವನ ಪಾಪಕ್ಕೆ ನೀನು ಭಾಗಿಯಾದೆ. You are commenting on somebody, he is not related to, or you don't have any responsibility about that person. If your son, your daughter, your child, at least your servant, for whom you are responsible, if you have responsibility and comment, it is different. You don't have responsibility, somebody going, people, coming people, you go on criticizing and holding on in your mind. what will happen to you. And Vak and Vichara both are subtle and gross karmas. Each time you think anything about a person, it is a seed you have watered which is going to work out to bring karma one day. And whatever you uttered is constantly Vak is karmendriya. Vak pani pada upastapayo. Vak is karmendriya. You must be extremely careful. That person will go away. They will stand and go away. Your comment is making you own your karma. It has already become karma. And it has become a vasana in you. When will you come out of this cycle? Instead of if you see divine, he may be wrong, he may be dirty or whatever he is, he may be God. But your evolution is possible only by seeing divine. And it is true. Truth is, except God, nothing is there. When Arjuna is not able to be convinced by anything, from Arjuna Vishada Yoga to finally he gives him the Vishwarupa Darshana. See, except me, nothing is there. Durga, when he criticizes, Anyashraya, you are taking so many people's ashraya and fighting with me, Shumba Nishumba. Then she says, what are you speaking? Look here, all the her manifestations has so many merge back in her. And Ekaivasmi, I am alone. Except me, nothing is there. So, except when God gives this vision, except me, nothing was there. How? Like dream world. In dream world, mind alone was there. Mind alone was playing what all you saw in dream. Sukha, dukkha, animals, humans, the Panchamahabhutas and all whatever you saw in dream was mind alone. One mind had become many. When you wake up, the mind will say, except me, nothing, or nobody was there. The elephant you saw, and everything that you saw was myself. Mind alone was there. Nothing else was there. Like that, when you wake up from this dream, like Arjuna getting Divya Chakshu, you wake up, except God, nothing was there. I was fighting with the world. It was shadow fighting. I was looking at my own shadow and fighting. World is shadow fighting. Shadow will never get tired. You will get tired. So that is the condition. So be wise in the world and struggle constantly to link everything to divine. Link everything to divine. There is no right and wrong, anything for a sadhaka. Everything he has to just how to link myself to divine, how to link all that is happening in this world to divine, how to link everything that is here to divine. That is one constant. We must understand this is the deepest and most practical aspect of Advaita. To see one reality, the divine everywhere. It is Nama Rupa Karma alone. Nama Rupa Karma has no existence. Vastu is looking with Rupa like cloud. Cloud, if you see one cloud, it looks like Ganesha, another like a horse. It is changing its form and changing, but content is only cloud. Like that, Nama, Rupa and Karma, movements. That's all there. This world is Nama, Rupa, Karma. When you try to see independent of Nama, Rupa, Karma, it is Brahman. So you must evolve to that state. Always keep yourself like entering into war field. Hold on to something that will make you remind everything is God, everything is God. Time is going, life is going. Don't waste precious time, because each error that you have done, to wash down and remove, it takes long time. Long time. You took an impression of a person, that person is like this, you cannot remove that unless God gives you a counter experience about that person. My grandfather is there and I take him to be a thief. All right, he might have done theft in front of you. But to erase that impression, you can't erase. God must give you a counter experience that thought will go away. God must give a vision and tell, I have made him to do. For this purpose you see. What purpose? Then you will immediately bow down. What my grandfather has done, theft is for good. So that counter experience we don't get so easily. So it is better we defend ourselves than cure our diseases. Create diseases and cure. No. Avoid diseases. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.